Holy crap. Okay, so I haven't worn this thing since I recently lost a lot of weight, and like this thing's a dress on me now. Like, I can't exactly show you, but I'm swimming in it. I guess that's a positive thing, but it's so cute. I want to keep wearing it. Hi everyone, my name is Holly. In today's video, I'm sharing with you my plans for April, my April TBR, and this video is probably going to be very short because I only have 4 books to talk about. And I have talked about these books a lot recently, and I really don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to be annoying to you guys. Also, I really haven't been sticking to my monthly TBRs that much. I have been a very Nazi bookworm. So yeah, I only have 4 books here. I will definitely read more than that, but these 4 I am prioritizing. I just need some wiggle room for whatever the heck my recent mood reading wants. I'm sure that's very relatable, and it really doesn't help that the last couple books I have read have been kind of meh. I've honestly been in a mood for lighter, shorter books because recently I'm having a really hard time focusing on things. For a normal person, that would mean contemporary, but that's a big no for me, so YA fantasy might save me this month. For now, these 4 books are not YA, they are all adult, and I'm so very excited for all of them. So the first book I am talking about is the only digital copy in this video, and that is Shortfall by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the second book in the Founders series, the first book being Foundry Side. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's definitely made its way into the book community. It kind of came crashing in all of a sudden, and thankfully I have a copy on my Kindle that I've actually had since December, and I'm just now getting to it. I have a really good feeling that I am going to heavily rely on my Kindle this month. I go through these phases where I will read a ton of physical books and then I'll switch off to ebooks. And April just feels like a very ebook kind of month for me since it's, you know, stressful times. It's easier to carry around my Kindle, which is basically like carrying an entire library. I have so many exciting books on there that might save me this month. Okay, I'm totally going off topic. Anyways, this is an adult fantasy series. It has a very complex magic system, and I believe it's a duology. Is it? Okay, Goodreads says it is, but it could just be that the 3rd book hasn't been added into the system. But holy crap, if that is the case, then I should have picked this book up months ago. And then I really want to prioritize Soulkeeper by David Daglish. I'm super excited for this one. I think it sounds like a perfect book for me. It's an adult fantasy series, the first book to a newer series by this author. I do have a copy of book 2, which comes out in April, and I'm very grateful to have it, so I will hopefully enjoy this enough to immediately dive into that one. We're following our main character, Devin, who is a soulkeeper of this church, and he's a traveling healer slash priest, but he also carries a gun and a sword with him as well to fight evil. And he's summoned to a village which is being overtaken by a plague, and then he gets wrapped up in the mystery of it all. Super pumped for this one, and I am definitely ready to dive into a thick fantasy. I feel like that's what I'm missing in my life, even though I just said that I'm in the mood for shorter books. Wow, I'm totally contradicting myself, and I hate when people do that. Wow, Holly. Anyways, yeah, thick fantasy. It could be the one. That's all I'm saying. 5 stars. Predicting it. And then I have the Book of Kali by Emma Carey, another book that I have literally talked about in my last 3 videos. So I'm trying so hard not to repeat myself. Skip this section if you want. I give you permission because you're probably sick of me talking about it. It's a dystopian about a killer overgrown forest that surrounds a village, and a boy ventures off into it and has to survive. Obviously, there is so much more to it than that, and since I'll be reading it in April, you'll have to hear about it again in my reading wrap-up, but it'll be my review of it. Hopefully it's not a rant review. That's all we can hope for nowadays. And the final 4th book that I plan to prioritize in April is the Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. This is the next book within the Mistborn world, and after I finish this, I will have to wait with everyone else for the next book, which is so sad. I'm really enjoying this series. I finished book 1 and book 2 in March. My next video will actually be my reading wrap up, so you'll hear more of my thoughts on both of them and exactly how I feel about them. Possibly it might disappoint you. You will have to watch that video and see. Wink wink. And I'll be flipping those books around right here, which should be really satisfying. So those are the 4 books that I will be focusing on in April. It feels really good to not restrict myself too much because I just really don't know what to read. Well, okay, that's a lie. I actually want to read everything. I'm in the mood to read all of the books, and I even have responsibilities as a reviewer to read the arcs that have been sent to me, but I just don't know which ones to read. Okay, hold on, let me take a look through my Kindle and see if there's any books that just pop out at me. Oh, yes, I actually have a physical copy of this one. The Prelude for Lost Souls by Helene Dunbar. Actually, I really want to read this. Like, I'm really itching to pick it up. At least at the moment. Will that change in the middle of April? Probably, but for now, I do really want to read this. It's about this town that is full of mystery, and apparently everyone living there has some type of contact with the dead, and I think that sounds amazing. So I have this on my Kindle, and I have a physical copy. I can read it very easily. I have lots of access to it, so there is that. Oh yeah, Winterwood is another option that I've kind of been side-eyeing recently because it's really short, and I feel like it's a book that I can read in like a couple days, and I believe I'm like 1 book behind on my Goodreads reading challenge right now. If you've seen my very first video that I uploaded this year, I have a challenge where I have to read 82 books this year, which is a challenge for me personally, and I'm 1 book behind, guys. Just 1, which is pretty good. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this book. I have an arc of, you're gonna be shocked, I Think I Love You by, I don't know how to say this name, Orion Gus Hombre? This is a YA contemporary romance, but it's a queer one. I think lesbians. And my goodness, I kind of want to read it. I think it's mostly the cover that's making me want to read it. I'm sure I'll read the first page and be totally sick of it, but it is one I want to give a chance. I also have Weve the Lightning by Corey L. Lee. That's another really good option because I'm very intrigued by it. It's kind of a circusy Russian fantasy. I think it sounds really cool. Okay, so I'm literally doing a full TBR right now when I shouldn't be. I don't want to get your guys' hopes up. Anyways, that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Tell me down below what books that you plan on reading in April. Any books that are coming out that you want to read, I'd love to know. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed because that helps me out so much. Go ahead and subscribe. I upload videos every single week. Follow me on Instagram at HollyHeartsBooks and on Twitter at HollyNiece. And until we meet again, happy reading.